Hi everyone, and once again, welcome to our live streaming today from Canada, and definitely happy Saturday there in the Philippines. Today we will be having our weekly session of live streaming about Canada, or is there still a chance for people to come and immigrate here in Canada? And before we proceed, first I would like to. This is a very difficult time for all of us here, all over the world, different countries, and please stay at home, be safe, keep yourselves healthy. And I know it's kind of boring to stay at home, but a bit of sacrifice will be good for the future. We just need to make sure that we have a positive mindset and make sure and think positively that everything will go well and will go back. If you have any question or concerns, please feel free to put that in our comments section down below, and I'll be very happy to, of course, to answer your questions. So far last week I had some issues with our chat, so I hope there will be no issues. So if there are some people who are already online, please put that in our comment section, so at least I would know. And hi, shout out to all who are already watching. To Kuya Oli, hello po. Greetings from Canada to the Philippines. So if this is your first time to be watching my live streaming, I do live streaming every week to provide updates and answer questions or concerns with regards to Canada immigration consultant here in Canada. So I would be able to help more people and provide assistance, advice in order for people who are interested to immigrate here in Canada fulfill their dreams. So guys, I also have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page. It's Ray Magtarayo. So please, if you have not done so, please feel free to subscribe, and I would appreciate if you would also hit the notification bell so you would be able to see what videos I have over there. Okay, so we're just waiting. I have 8 people viewing me in Facebook page. I just don't know who they are. So please, guys, if you are watching, please, um, yeah, please notify me so I would know the people. And today we will be actually talking about some immigration updates past. So this is CERB, Canada Emergency Response Benefit, is the assistance provided by the government for us people qualified to get, except that if we are actually entitled to get an employment insurance benefit. So the CERB, or Canada Emergency Response Benefit, provides 2,000 Canadian dollars for everyone every month. So it's a very good help. And of course, the employment income is also government assistance, where we could actually get YouTube live at the moment. So if you are actually watching me on YouTube, I'm not getting any, I'm not reading any chat. So if you are actually online, please um, notify me that you are online. You can send me a message on my Facebook so I would know if there is something wrong or there is something that we need to do on that. Anyway, so I'm not sure. And also shout out for those everyone who are actually watching us on our Facebook page. Please hit the thumbs up for those who are watching, and I would really appreciate that. And if you have some time as well, the please share our link so more people could join us, and also could if they have some questions about Canada immigration, then we would be able to answer that. So first, let us start. I will provide some update. Oh, hi, Joy Torres. Hello. Okay, so now I know that our live chat in YouTube is working because I've seen Joy. And hi, Satvir Singh as well. Satvir, I know you're from. Satvir, are you from India? Are you in India right now? Joy Torres, are you in the Philippines right now? And if you have any questions, I know a lot of people. I just posted several videos on my the AIPP program in Filipino. So because I know I have done an English video about AIPP. So for those non-Filipino speakers, I know you don't understand that video. However, please AIPP in English. I also created a video. I don't know. I hope that you have checked it already. That video is about um, how to create a Canada standard format resume or CV. Oh, so Joy Torres is in British Columbia. Oh, yes, you told me about it. Joy Torres, she is currently on an open work permit. Those people who are asking, our programs already stopped because of the COVID-19. As far as I know, no, they are not stopped. Canada immigration is still ongoing. However, employers are stopping to hire people because of the lack of job availability and because of closure of business. And people already ask me also if there are some chances for doctors, for nurses to immigrate here in Canada, a fast track process or program to bring them here in Canada. Especially um, Canada needs some frontliners, nurses and doctors to help us deal with this COVID-19. So there's a great news that has been posted in the CIC News website that yes, Ontario is now accepting applications for internationally trained doctors to fight coronavirus. So that means doctors who are interested to come and immigrate here in Canada, there is an opportunity for you to do a fast track program, which is the province of Ontario, bringing qualified international doctors, internationally trained doctors to come and work in Ontario for a temporary visa of 1 month, and it can be prolonged or it could be fixed permanently as a permanent. The details are not yet mentioned very well in that website. However, as I've said, doctors for now is needed in Ontario. Those that are not here in Canada but internationally trained doctors. So that is a very great news as well. And also, for people who are asking about the programs, as I've said, no programs have stopped as I've known. Express Entry is continuously doing their draws for people who would get invitation to apply to immigrate here in Canada. So, for example, um, April 9 update. So there, the minimum score drop for Express Entry draw is now at 464. So congratulations for people who have the Express Entry here in Canada. And hopefully in 6 months, you would be able to come and immigrate here in Canada. Also, other provinces are also still doing their draws. For example, the Manitoba invites 153 candidates to apply for the provincial nomination. So where are they getting these profiles? These profiles are actually taken or what's this? The profiles are actually taken for those people who are already on the pool. Okay. So Satvir Singh, I think this draw was for CE. What do you mean CE? I don't know what CE is. Processed their application to immigrate here in Canada yet. So Canada immigration processing fees will increase in April 30. So that means it says here principal applicants to the economic business class will increase from 1,050 Canadian dollars to 1,575 Canadian dollars. Oh, you mean Satvir, you mean Canada Experience class? Okay. Okay. So thank you for that update. So those are just some of the updates that we have gotten or we checked from our CIC News update. So that is one of the sources for Canada immigration updates. However, at the moment, I will be answering questions that have been sent to our Facebook channel or to our Facebook page and to our YouTube channel. I mean, okay, let me just check through it one by one, guys. And I don't know who are our viewers in our Facebook page. However, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please, please, please. I'm shouting out on you guys. Please put a comment so I would know who are the people actually viewing me right now. And Joy and Satvir, if you have questions, please feel free to put that in our comment box. Though I will be going through your questions. Okay, just one by one. Okay, so I've got a message sent through my fan Facebook page coming from Mohan Singh Chauhan. And it says, hello, sir. B can visit provinces and try your luck to get job offer. Yes, that is also one way coming here in Canada on a visitor's visa and going through potential employers face to face is also a good option. However, this might be costly because obviously you need to apply for a visitor's visa, you need to buy for a ticket, and of course, you need to look for a place to visit or to stay here in Canada. However, if you have relatives or family members who live here in Canada, that is very, very good option. And then you could walk in. The only thing is people are asking, oh, is that people who are on visitor's visa cannot do any job or cannot get or cannot earn any money employment under or even underground employment. So yes, if you are interested, you can actually do that. Satvir Singh, please share Canadian style resume template. Satvir, if you have been following or if you have been watching my YouTube videos, I just posted a video about how to create a Canadian style resume template. So please feel free to check my video on that and feel free. And if you have any question or any clarification on that video, please put that in the comment section and I will go through it and of course provide you feedback. Okay, so I have some more questions here. Okay, I don't have it, so we'll go through the comments posted in our Facebook. Okay, so one of the questions that have been posted in our YouTube channel is, Sir, mayroon po ba an overseas Filipino worker, domestic helper in Singapore for 7 years? So as I'm saying, yes, there is an opportunity for caregivers to immigrate here in Canada. However, as I've said, at the moment, there is a hold because obviously people are just staying at home, so they have more time to look after their family. And at the moment, also there's no source of income. So if people are just um, depending on the government for cash assistance, it's very unlikely that they will actually hire other people to give the money that they are actually getting from the government. So I hope that answers your question. And then Ivy Pagadora, thank you. Your videos are very, very helpful. I hope that I could immigrate to Canada soon. Of course, I hope to as well. Okay, I have a comment here from the Abdullah. All your Kabayans knows how to speak English, so he would appreciate if the rest of my videos would be uploaded in English. And I said, point taken. What I'm thinking to do is I'm gonna be doing a video, the same video, one in English and one in Filipino. So non-Filipino speakers can actually see and can watch the videos. Hi, Jenny Cuesta. Hi, I'm from Colombia. So glad to be here. ¿Cómo está? Bienvenidos en mi YouTube channel. And I hope that you're okay there, Jenny Cuesta. Okay, so I have a question here that has been posted in my YouTube video from Al Moshir Pal. It is in language. It is in my Filipino language, but I will translate it for people. So it says here, hello, sir. Are hindi na po ba kailangan mag-send school credentials ng school for ICES? Okay, so the question is for ICES, which is one of the designated organization, recognized organization to do an ECA or educational credential assessment. Does the school still need to send the credentials to ICES? Okay, so to clarify this, Al-Mushir Pal, thank you for that question. When you are applying for an ECA, it is very important that you fill out their form online. You have to prepare or you have to create your own profile on their websites. And then you have to pay the fee that is required. And then afterwards, you must request for the original copy or a certified true copy of your diploma and your transcript of records to be sent directly to the school. From the school to be sent directly to the ICES or to any organization. If it's WES, if it's ICAS or IQAS, it doesn't matter, but the procedure is always the same. The school, the college, or the university has to send a sealed envelope containing either an original copy or an original true copy, certified true copy of your diploma in English and your transcript of records to the um, designated organization that will do your ECA. Okay, because I know some organizations will even ask you for a scanned copy of your transcript and your diploma. However, the final and the official document that they will actually be, they even accept email. The college or the university can email the copy of your transcript and your diploma opened, and of course, it has to be received by the school, by the organization. So, Jenny Cuesta, thank you very much. Muy bien, gracias. I don't speak Spanish very well. I just studied basics, so I only know the greetings. But if you have any questions, please feel free to put that in the comments section. Okay. So, Jenny Cuesta, I am trying to apply to get an offer soon, but it has been hard to do it. I am a teacher and I have also studied some other stuff as human resources, and I have also been child caregiver. It is okay, great. So the question is okay. It's the same issue. That is what I am doing right now. I am providing tips on making sure that you will be more employable or employers would actually prefer you over other candidates. So I hope that you have already checked my video about how to make sure that your CV, okay, the first step is to make sure that you work on your resume or your CV. It has to be on an Canada standard format or template because Canadian those candidates or applicants that stand out amongst the rest of the candidates. So it's very important that you keep your resume or CV simple and well formatted. And then at the same time, you make sure that you highlight your professional qualifications, you highlight your difficulty getting a job, especially at the moment because of COVID-19. Schools have closed and establishments have also closed here in Canada. But please do not lose weight. Do not lose hope, because for sure when the time gets better and stuff. And how is your English skills as well? I hope you have a good English skills because obviously if you will be working here as a teacher, it is very important that you would be able to communicate well with your employer and at the same time with the students that you will be teaching. Okay, so as I've said, guys, I am also available to look on your CV. You just need to make sure that you watch the video about how to create a Canada standard template resume and then work on it. And then once you're done, if you want, you could actually let me know and then I could have a look. But you need to make sure that you do it first on your own. All right? Okay. So a few more questions. Right now, what I'm doing on my videos. So I have another question here coming from Xander Nazareth. Okay, the question is in Filipino, but of course, I will be more than happy to translate. Whether pwede makuha ang common law, wife, gaano katagal. Okay, so the question is, how about those people who are living in Quebec and speaks French? Is the process for AIPP the same, and does the AIPP allow common law partners to be brought together with the principal applicant, and how long? Okay, so that's a very good question. Quebec AIPP is not only focusing on French and English. So either languages can be accepted. So if you are French speaker, then you will have to in French is NCLC 4. That's what they call the leveling. And it is the same for all immigration programs here in Canada. Common law can also be brought or can also be included in the actual application so that when people or applicants actually are processing the actual application process, then they can actually include the common law, their spouse or their children, so everyone can immigrate here in Canada all at the same time. And it's the same process, same length. AIPP processing is always 6 months. Okay. Jenny Cuesta, I love your videos, pretty complete. I really enjoy the video you make with your sister. Encourage us to keep trying. Oh, thank you very much, Jenny Cuesta. I appreciate your comment. And yes, I'm looking forward to do more videos with my sister. However, right now she's in New Brunswick. So hopefully when she gets to move here in Alberta, we'll get to do more videos. And I'm also thinking of doing more some videos with those people who actually immigrated here in Canada, who have been successful. However, with the time difference, like some of my friends are in Newfoundland and Labrador, some in New Brunswick, it's kind of late for them to do, like for me, for example, to do an 11 o'clock p.m. here in Alberta. That's more or less 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning within their time zone. So that's why it's kind of difficult, but hopefully I could do something about it. Okay. But anyways, let's go through some more of the questions that have been posted in our YouTube videos. I would really appreciate if you share our videos, our live streaming right now, so they could join and they could actually happening on Canada immigration at the moment. That is also very well. Okay, few more questions. Okay, I will go through our Facebook group. Oh, our Facebook group called Successful in Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, which I started in February 2018, if I remember it correctly, has now 10,870 subscribers or members. So I'm very, very happy and thankful for you all guys there. Okay, RJ, hi, RJ Erstein. Welcome, welcome po. There is a question. Hi, sir. Um, proof of fund for application for PR under AIPP program. Is that okay if it's a new account, the bank? Pero sakto at sobra lang. Okay. Okay. The exact or more than the needed amount, or does it have really to be matured account 6 months? Okay, to be honest with you, I don't see any issue. On the website, it says that it has to be like a minimum of 3 months, but as far as I know, they actually accept it. And if they have any issues with that, when you actually apply, they would actually send you an email. And then, for example, if they are questioning like the amount of money, basically why they want to see a bank account that has been there for a while is because they want to see the movement of the deposits and withdrawals. And at the same time, they want to see, because some people are just making an account and then just for the sake of having a proof of fund or a show money. And the thing is, it's not borrowed, it's not loaned. That's why it's better if it's actually if the bank account has been a while open, been a while, and there's a lot of movements happening in your bank account. However, if really, really, of course, it's not your fault if you don't have a bank account. So what people are actually doing, or what you could do, if you, for example, if they ask you a question, oh, why is there a lump sum or big chunk of money being deposited, or you just open a bank account, then what you could do is, for example, you could seek for an affidavit of good deed, for example, to show that, okay, that money is given for you, for example, by your parent or a relative or whoever, just to make sure that there is a document or a proof showing that that big amount of money is yours. Okay, you may also show your paycheck. Okay, you earned this. This is your investment. Show it as a proof, and that is the ask if you could actually show a proof that that is actually your money. Okay, hope I answer your question, but for me, to be honest, it's not really necessary that your bank account is new or old. But of course, the older the bank account, the better. Here from Dubai. Kumusta po? Sabah Al Khair, ay Sabah or Mas, I forgot already. Greetings to those people who are in Dubai, and I hope you are all safe there. So, Jofal, if you have any questions or anyone else who have questions about on your social media accounts, so more people, or invite more people to join our live streaming happening right now, so that people would be able to see and to ask questions and get answers directly from me. Okay, so we'll go through some more of the questions that has been provided to me. And as I've said, I might not have time sometimes to answer to individual questions sent to my Facebook page, but I always see to it that I answer them or I clarify them on our live streaming happening every week. Okay. Angeline Alejo Valdesino, tuloy pa rin ba ang hiring nila or stop na muna? Okay, so what Angeline was asking is if the hiring process stopped or it's still ongoing. As I've said, employers have stopped hiring people from overseas, but the immigration programs are still ongoing. So if you have complete your documents and you have a pathway to immigrate to Canada, you can still apply, okay? Okay, Joe fell for AIPP for show money. Is it okay to bring it along with me by cash? Okay, so cash bringing here in Canada. Just one second. I'll just put my charger. Okay. So thank you for that question. It's a very good question. Anyways, Canada only allow people to be bringing, not if it's only 3,000 Canadian dollars or 4,000 Canadian dollars. If you want to bring cash, that's not a problem because that is still below the maximum amount that you could actually bring to Canada. Okay. Hi, Rizalyn Luna. Thank you for watching. For those people who just view in or who just join us, especially for those who are on Facebook page, please, I encourage you to say hi. At least I would know who are actually viewing us. Okay, some more questions. And by Rakibul Islam, Divray, do you know who have already got job offer on the AIPP? Are there remaining process, endorsement, and PR continuing or pause? As I've said, the procedure is still ongoing. Okay, question from Joe Fell. AIPP settlement plan. Does it means company who hired me will provide my accommodation? Okay, that's a very good question. The employers have no obligation to provide you an accommodation, and that is very true here. Help you with looking for a place to live. However, accommodation in Canada is not free. You have to shoulder that, and that is one of the reasons why you have to have at least the enough proof of fund or the settlement funds, because the Canada government knows or understand that when you come here in Canada, there would be expenses or costs that you need to look after, and that includes your accommodation. So again, accommodation is not provided by the company or by the employer. They could assist you looking for an they could assist you looking for a place to live, or if they own a place, they could. Some employers actually provide subsidized housing, or cheaper compared to others, and that is something that you could get. Like for me, for example, when I get a job, and I joined ANW in Newfoundland, offered if I'm interested to stay in I think one or two bedroom apartment for a cheaper um, amount. However, I I firmly believe that I do not need a two bedroom apartment, so I did not take that. Okay. Okay, let's go through more questions. Okay. Okay, another follow up question from Joe Fell. AIPP follow to a settlement plan. So meaning to say that I need to look for my accommodation while I am still in Dubai once I have already accepted a job offer. Yes, that is correct. And also that is the reason why there are settlement plans. Settlement plan are organizations, are it's like for accommodation or transportation assistances. So for example, well, even you're still not here in Canada, and if you're already looking for a place to stay so that you would be ready when you come here in Canada, that you already have a place to stay in. So, yes, you could do that. Also, you could join forums like Facebook groups. For example, if you know that you are going or moving to, they actually put that, and you could connect with people who are already here in Canada to help you look for um, potential accommodation. And also for newcomers, you do not actually immediately get a full apartment. You can, if you're single, then you could actually start with a room that you could live, or you could stay temporarily while looking for a permanent place to live here in Canada. Okay. Jofel, again, Atlantic provinces, can you tell us approximate amount that we need to set aside for a monthly expenses for out accommodation, like one room? Are you just like one bedroom or a one bedroom apartment? So for example, when I was starting in Newfoundland, um, I was renting a room, just a room, okay? So I was actually paying 400 to 450 Canadian dollars. And most of the time, when you rent a room, everything is included. So it includes electricity, water, and internet. So 400 to 450 Canadian dollars for rent. And then, of course, if you're going to be single, like renting a room only, yeah. So usually that's how it is. But sometimes, when you're renting with a family, sometimes they actually count the actual people who are actually renting. So it's better to rent a one bedroom apartment, because one bedroom apartment you could actually get for maybe an average of 5 to 600 Canadian dollars. 5 to 600. But for a room, I think 400 would be okay. you bound to any place already, like specific? Like if you already get a job offer, I live in Newfoundland and Labrador. I also have friends in other Atlantic provinces. So if you want, I can also connect you to that. Okay. Nova Scotia in Halifax. In Nova Scotia, I have some friends there as well, but I just don't know specifically know where they are. I think some of them are in Dartmouth, and then some of my friends who lives in Halifax already left. Okay, so if you want, actually, Halifax, I can ask, or actually, you can post in our group. There is also another Facebook group. If you want, you can join that. FMI to Canada. So basically, FMI is the company, is my employer. My first employer, and there's a lot of Filipinos who are actually members of that group. And then yeah, they're actually scattered in different Atlantic provinces. So if you want, you can join that group. FMI to Canada, FMI family to Canada. And then yes, you could actually ask and you could connect with them. For sure, there are people who actually live in Halifax and could help you with your assistant with your need. Hey, Joy Torres, I'm planning to apply for my dad's visitor's visa. Does he need to undergo medical exam as one of the requirements? Okay, so visitor's visa, that is a very good question. If your dad is only staying here in Canada for at least a minimum of 6 months, or I mean, not minimum, maximum of 6 months, so 6 months or less, visitors visa medical is not requirement. But if your dad actually intends to stay here for longer, like for a year, then because obviously he needs to undergo a medical. But like for me, for example, my mom came here in Canada initially on July, and her visa was expiring on January, and it actually expired on January. And then we decided to extend her visitor's visa. When I applied for a visitor's visa, then she was asked or required to do a medical. So for those people who actually are staying or visiting Canada for a minimum of 6 months and longer, well, Izara, how's life living in New Brunswick? Which is better, Nova Scotia or New Brunswick? To be honest, I've never lived is until now. I think $11.40 an hour, and here in Alberta is $15 an hour. So obviously you could see the difference. But I think lifestyle wise, it's the same, depending, of course, on the specific location that you will actually be living on those provinces. Of course, if you live in the city, it's better because opportunities are more. If you would be actually assigned to live, for example, in a remote rural area, then it might be difficult because, and it might be so quiet. So it depends on the kind of lifestyle that you're actually looking for. Okay. Next question from Jofel again. Actually, we are two, so we can stay in one bedroom. Is that allowed? Yes, of course. It's allowed the two of you staying in one bedroom. However, you need to discuss it with your landlord or the person. Yeah, because as I've said, some people are actually what depending on some people are actually charging the rent depending on the number of people in the room. So obviously, it's the same. They're actually considering the consumption, the consumption, the water consumption, and the use of internet. Okay. Any idea how much the water, electricity costs? Wi-Fi in a month? You said earlier that one bedroom will cost around 500 to 600 Canadian dollars. Yes, that is correct. That is in more or less 500, 600 Canadian dollars. It could also reach to 700 Canadian dollars. And as I've said, most of the utilities are actually included when you rent. So that's for me, for example, when we rented, paying 1,050 Canadian dollars for a three-bedroom apartment, and everything is included. We only had to pay to get connected an internet connection, which costs us 85 Canadian dollars a month. So yeah, that's to give you an overview. And it's always good, like for example, if you're a family and if you want really to save, that you could actually rent the whole unit, like a two-bedroom apartment or a three-bedroom apartment, and then share with people. Like for you, if you want, you could rent the actual unit, like a two-bedroom apartment, and look for people who will rent sub rents. Just okay. I don't know what are the other questions. Okay, Joe fell again. Means of transportation. I have a UAE driver's license. Okay, so mode of transportation, public transportation is available in some major cities in Atlantic Canada, but not all places in Atlantic Canada has not all provinces or not all towns and cities in Atlantic Canada has public transportation. So, for example, again, when I first arrived in Newfoundland, I was in Grand Falls, Windsor. It's a very small town. Mostly elderly people are living there. There's no public transportation except for taxi, which is very expensive. And then when I moved to St. John's, Newfoundland, there is a public bus transportation that goes around the city, and that costs $2.50 a ride. If you have a UAE driver's license, then that's good for you because that means you can immediately sit down for the exam. I mean, for the driving written exam. And then, depending on the provinces, some provinces actually would take you 8 months for you to be allowed to do the road test. But most provinces, for example, you just have to have or to stay in their province for minimum of 3 months, and then you can do or you could take the driving exam. Okay, and that is for getting a class 5 driver's license. Class 5 is like in the Philippines, we have the student. In here in Alberta, that's class 7. In other provinces, it's class 5 too. But that is when you pass the exam and then you can do the road test for you to get the actual class 5. Okay, so that's very good that you have your driver's license. But if you like, you can actually apply for an international driver's license. So you would be allowed to drive around Canada for 3 months and from the time that you arrive here in Canada, and then until you get your actual license. Okay, but um, just to give you to caution you in advance, Jofel Leopoldo, is it ideal to have a car rather than paying for the public transportation? Of course, it depends on you. For me, for example, I already know that I won't be staying long in Atlantic Canada, so that's why I did not buy for cars, so I do not have to sell them afterwards. And public transportation is very reliable as well. Like 90% the timing is followed. Like if they say, for example, 10 o'clock, the bus will be at your bus stop, it actually is being followed. So 10 minutes, but because you're taking the bus, it would take you 30 minutes. But other than that, the good thing about here in Canada is, especially in Atlantic Canada, there is no traffic, there's no heavy traffic. So you don't have to worry about the long wait or the long travel time. Okay. Thank you very much. For those people who just joined us, please put your comment or please introduce yourself in your comment section so I would know who's actually viewing us. And if you have friends or family members who are actually interested to move or immigrate here in Canada, now is the best time for us to discuss. For example, um, and also, people are asking me if I actually process applications right now. I'll be honest, and I always tell my the people who are actually following me, I'm not yet a licensed immigration consultant, though I just completed my immigration practitioner's diploma here in Canada in January, and I will be taking the licensure exam on June. It was supposed to be initially scheduled on May, but because of COVID, it was rescheduled to June, and hopefully there will be no more delays. And I also working on the other requirements such as the English exam, which I just help people get more familiar with the different programs available on how to immigrate here in Canada. I also answer questions relating to Canada immigration as a practice. I mean, as for me to get more familiar with the other programs. Okay, so uh-huh. Another question from Sujit. Jedhav, hello, sir. Can you suggest job or factory name for unskilled labor or worker job? I don't understand this. I cannot recommend factory names or whatever because obviously I don't know they're hiring. Right now, if we're actually talking about the present um, in-demand jobs, doesn't matter because there are no available jobs here in Canada right now because of COVID-19. Employers, establishments, and businesses are closing. So there's no chance if you're actually looking for an opportunity to immigrate now and to get a job. However, of course, when the time gets better and when everything gets back to normal, then that is a good opportunity for you. So that's why I keep on saying this. At the moment, what you could do is to start preparing yourself. Prepare a good resume, um, complete your requirements, get your English exam or French exam, do your ECA, and other documents. If you want, you can start doing also your police clearances and other stuff, and work on your proof of fund or settlement fund. But right now, if you're looking for a job, there is no jobs available. However, you can always look for visit the different job sites such as Indeed.ca or the Job Bank, where job vacancies are always posted. Okay, Rachel Pizarra, is accounting and nursing job in demand in New Brunswick? I would say yes. Recently, before this COVID-19 outbreak happened, New Brunswick actually announced um, an information session that should have happened in Abu Dhabi and Dubai because they're looking for nurses, potential nurses to immigrate in Canada. But because of the COVID-19 incident, they had to stop and they had to cancel that event. So that's one thing for sure. Yes, it is in demand. And Joe Falcar, being, how about the weather in Nova Scotia, month of season? I'm not really sure. The thing about Atlantic Canada, the winter is actually longer than in mainland. For example, in Alberta, um, right now that we still get snow, so winter usually happens. Some starts in March, Feb, January, December. Okay, so winter usually starts in December until March. And then after March, April, May, yeah, March, April, May is spring. And then June, July, August is summer. And then September, October, November is the fall. And then usually in Atlantic Canada, even if it's still fall, still showing, okay? Al Moshir Pal, sir, I'm a nurse. What's possible job I can have in Canada? So, Al Moshir Pal, thank you for joining me. You're a nurse. So, if you want, you could actually upgrade your education and become nurse here in Canada. Otherwise, I've known a lot of nurses and immigrated, for example, Newfoundland education. However, you can also qualify to work as a home care worker. Sujit Jadhav, are there job in warehouse that I can apply in AIPP program? Sir, you need to make sure that you check AIPP designated employers. There's a list of AIPP designated employers in Atlantic Canada. Sujit, I would actually recommend you to visit and to look on that and see what are the warehouse jobs that you could apply. Because as far as I know, for example, most of them are, of course, I'm not saying most of them actually recruiting locals, but you wouldn't know as well, right? So that's why you have to look and browse through the list of AIPP designated employers. Okay. Joy Torres for Express Entry Federal Skilled Trade Program. Do you know how many points is equivalent of CELPIP CLB 7 added on EE points? Okay, I'm not really quite sure on that. However, because to be honest, for that CRS calculator, I don't have it here with me. The higher the CLB points, for example, CLB 9, CLB 8, it only doesn't give you a score on your language, but you also get additional points on Canada. What do you call that? Um, Canada adjustability, something like that. But I can look for you. Okay, just one second. CLB 7. Okay, because it says here that it also depends on your job experience. So a work experience with a CLB 7 or more on a first official language under 9 makes you earn 25 points at least. So yeah. So you would earn 25 points if you have CLB 7 and higher if you have CLB 8 or CLB 9. So, Jeet, I am planning to immigrate in next year. So, any suggestion you can give, please, sir. To be honest, of course, Sujit, I don't know your profile, so I cannot give you suggestions, but I can actually show you there are different available programs that you could look into. One is the program. There are other programs such as the Agro Food Immigration Pilot Program. There is also express entry, provisional nomination programs, and other programs available depending on the kind of profile that you have. That is why it's very important for you. What you need to do right now is to get familiar with the different programs that are available so you would understand and have a better understanding how your profile would fit and how you would qualify in one of these programs. Okay? Jofel Carl, Abing, doing part-time job, is it legal? Doing part-time job is always legal if you have the legal document. For example, if you have a specific work permit, meaning as a strict employment work permit, a specific. So that means your employer is the only restricted employer that you can work on with, then you cannot do part-time job with others. But if you have, for example, if you're a student, yes, if you're students can do part-time job at maximum of 20 hours per week during school period, I mean during semestral period, and you can do full-time job 40 hours maximum a week during semestral breaks. And of course, if you have open work permit, you can have as many jobs as you could. And of course, if you're a permanent resident, you could do as many jobs as you could, or you can do part-time as well. Mhm. Sujit, sir, you are doing a good job, sir. Keep it up. Love you. Thank you very much, Sujit. Okay, Sujit, if you want, please follow me on my Facebook page, on our Facebook, YouTube channel. And if you have questions or concerns, just put that in our comment box. I always check that and I always make sure that I have a look. Okay. Jofel, one of my friend is asking if fashion designer is in demand. To be honest, I don't think that fashion designer is an in-demand job, especially in Atlantic Canada right now. That is what I think because I don't let we will check Indeed.ca. So Indeed.ca, there are some jobs posted, but there's not much. So that means it's not actually an in-demand job. Joy Torres, thank you for answering my questions. That's not a problem. It's always my pleasure, ma'am. Can you, Jofel Carl Leopoldo Abing, can you tell me approximately gross salary of a fashion designer? Salary is always varying on the province. However, I'm checking here, a fashion designer in Vancouver, BC, earns an average of $28 per hour. So that is in Vancouver. So $28 per hour. Imagine a full-time job is 40 hours a week times 52 weeks in a year. So yeah, you could get your computation. So $28 an hour. Sujit, okay, sir, thank you. Jofel, HR and admin jobs. Yes, there are a lot of HR and admin jobs here. However, the thing is, most of these jobs are actually filled in internally here in Canada. Because I'll be honest, most of the people here, like they actually prefer office jobs. So that's why it always gets filled in immediately here. And it's very difficult because the thing is, people can only hire from outside of Canada when there is a shortage of, or when there is no Rahul, hi sir. I am from India looking for AIPP, RNIP immigration. Okay, hi Rahul. At the moment, there is no opportunity for jobs here because of the COVID-19. However, what you could do right now is start preparing your application. Do a good CV, increase your points by making sure that you have your language assessment, do your one thing I realize is it's very tiring to talk nonstop. So I've been doing the talk for an hour and 10 minutes now, and it's very tiring. But if you still have some questions, please put that in our comment section before we finish. Okay. So what I'm gonna be doing, guys, is I'm gonna be doing a regular live streaming Mondays, Wednesday, Friday, MWF, so that everyone would be on the same page. That is Alberta, Canada time, MWF. So if you're in the Philippines, that means that's Tuesday, Friday, Thursday, and Saturday, 1 p.m. in your time. And of course, if you are in Dubai, then you need to adjust the time. Okay. Rahul, thank you very much for tuning in as well. So, guys, if you do not have any more questions, then we'll have to sign off. And please I would encourage you to please give me advanced questions, like put your comments or put your questions in our Facebook page. Um, just comment that in our videos that I post. So I would appreciate that so that I can go through your questions one by one. If you want Facebook page, go to one of the, and then of course I would still be answering questions that you actually put in our chat box every time. And for those people who have not subscribed in my YouTube channel, please do so, and I would really, really appreciate that. And for everyone, we'll fix the schedule. So we'll be doing live streaming my time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 p.m. Alberta time, which in the Philippines, that is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we will do a live streaming fixed schedule for now. And then I will always put in the link on our on our Facebook page and the Facebook groups. So we would be able to get their questions and provide them feedback as well. So that's about for tonight. Jofel, thank you as well. Thank you, sir. God bless and stay safe. So for now, I would have to sign off. I'm already tired talking, and I wish you all the best um, in fulfilling your dreams to immigrate here in Canada. And thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, thank you and have a great day. Bye bye, guys.